Hey everyone, we are live and it is 8 o'clock. And as you can hear, ESPN is still on in the background. And they are going through the Monday night countdown, but they are about to wrap it up. Susie Colbar, Matt, well, they're all gone now. And they are, wow, that's Nashville. They got Nashville on the clock, and Kyler Murray's there. I was there with Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray. And if you haven't seen Kyler Murray before, or an interview with him, you can. All you have to do here at Zennie62 is just Zennie62 on YouTube and just type Kyler Murray, and you can see my interview with him and when his first interview with the NFL press corps, of which I was a part, and I got out the first question. Uh, Lots of fun, and this game. Okay, is a game that, even though it's preseason, for me, it is a football technician's dream as a guy who prizes football tech. That's me, all right? Um, and what I mean by football tech are schemes, plays, formations, approaches, philosophies. You've got a Raider offense that's totally revamped versus a Cardinal team led by an offense that is brand new in its full flowering to the NFL. Now, what I mean by that is that, look, various parts of the entire, what some people call air raid, hey, welcome to Zennie62 offense, have already been in the league for a couple of generations. But this is the first time, as we see Kyler Murray coming out, this is the first time that we will see a team that actually runs, or is expected to run, a pure air raid system, and they actually did that their first preseason game. And Kyler Murray was 6 for 6. He didn't come back to, or wasn't able to come back to finish the job because, well, hey, it's preseason. But as they're showing right now, Murray gets the ball out of his hands really quick. And in fact, that pass that you see right there came out of a bunch formation. And what I love about the Cardinal offense, or I should say the expression of the air raid as it is done by Cliff Kingsbury, is that Kingsbury designs his plays so that the first receiver you throw to is out of a bunch formation. He's not using the bunch formation to get defenders to clump over in the direction of the formation where the bunch is and then throw to the other side. No, 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 no. He's taking advantage of the fact that the bunch formation provides essentially a shield for the receiver you want to get open. Okay, that's smart. That's smart ball, smart football. All right. So I really, I'm excited to see how this offense continues to evolve in the NFL. I'm excited to see if Keelan Doss makes the team. I'm excited to see how the Raider defense, in particular, meets this challenge, and in no huddle, and the different formations they throw at the Raiders. Let's see if the Raiders can take it. What I mean by that is, let's see if they leave their personnel in. There's two ways you can play this kind of offense. You can leave your personnel in and say, I've got personnel good enough to deal with the onslaught that I'm going to face, okay? Fine. Or, God, there's nobody there. Look at that. That thing is sparsely attended. I mean, I eyeballed it. I'm looking at maybe 6,000 people in that stadium. That's horrible, man. Oh, anyway. Well, da-da-da-da. But I digress. Uh, uh, I will intermittently show 3-second clips. And you would say, why 3 seconds? Because the fair use legal rights and the case law behind it that impact what's called the Digital Millennium Copyright Act essentially allow you to do what's called news commentary. So, what you don't want to be seen doing, and what you don't want to do, and what you don't want to give the implication that you're doing, is filming an entire game. But you can flip over, right, and make comments about what's seen, okay? And that's exactly what I intend to do. But so, fear not. I mean, you're not going to get a full game here, but it's preseason, right? but you will get commentary around particular plays that happen in formations. And if you are watching the game, this is a great second. I was gonna say second season, a great second screen experience, right? For you. Now, getting back to what I was saying regarding the Raider defense, I want to see if they elect to keep the personnel in against this onslaught, because it will be that when they go mo huddle and they spread, right? Or if they try to substitute on the fly, and that's hard. I mean, think about it. You've got team marching down the field. They're not going to politely wait for you to get the right substitutions in. They're just going to go, go, go. I mean, they get the ball off fast. They don't play. So I want to see what they do. A lot of Cardinal fans, hey, take a look at this, folks. A lot of Raider fans too. See, look at this. See this? See this? See those Raider fans up there? All right, just you can see those Raider fans in the stands there in black, down low where you could see them. Antonio Brown was catching passes during the warm-ups. He is scheduled not to play. But yeah, I see. A rather attractive group of Raider fans there, but down low. So we can say that of the 6,000 people that are there, many of them are Raider fans. I mean, that's what it looks like, okay? So the media is going along with this whole thing about the, what was it? The shoe, the cryogenic freeze problem, right? They're showing his feet again. You've seen that. I just want us to get to football, okay? I want to see who wins the toss. I want to know who wins the toss. I want to see what happens. I'm really excited to get this one on. I mean, I'm a fan of the air raid offense, okay? And not only that, I believe some years ago that Texas A&M then head coach Kevin Sumlin, now he's with Arizona, was the perfect. Oh, by the way, this is Drew Rosenhaus's AB's agent, but Drew's an interesting guy. Anyway, I believe that Kevin Sumlin would have been a perfect coach for the Raiders. I always felt the air raid offense was a perfect modern expression of Raider football. You would have talk about Cliff Branch. Cliff Branch would have loved this offense, rest in peace. But never pulled the trigger. Instead, we got his, we have, and I'm not saying this derisively, we have the Bill Walsh offense, which I love as well. But the air raid offense is just pure Raiders, If you ever had a chance to really read online documents about the air raid, please do so. Chris Brown has a blog called Smart Football. He stopped writing for all practical purposes November of 2017. I think why, I don't know. My guess is family, kids, and money. It's always some combination there. But Chris wrote the definitive blog about football. The trouble is that it wasn't paying the bills for him. The guy lives in New York. New York's expensive, and if you are a well-trained attorney, you're not gonna settle for just writing a blog unless, of course, you're able to cash out with that blog. I mean, the other person that did well, if I can digress for a moment at that, who was also an attorney and is trained as an attorney, is the man who started Pro Football Talk, and that's Mike Florio. So but Mike Florio did it smart, okay? He basically made the TMZ of the NFL, right? And I thought it was a very controversial way to go, and it's not something I'm comfortable with, although I might change my mind one day, but soon. But what he focused on was who got arrested, who got in trouble, and I thought that coverage was kind of racist, okay? But we're to the point now where I think we can have those honest conversations about what happens and report the business as well as that. I mean, I love the business of the NFL. Okay, so yeah, I'll figure it out. But the whole point is, Florio figured a long time ago took this crappy-looking website. It was crappy looking, and he got down in the muck and mire. Talked about he had this rest meter, and then but what got me wearing race was he had a photograph of somebody and used this cartoon of a black character with big white eyes, and that's ultimate racist statement. And I got after him about it. Something terrible. All right, here's the kickoff. The Raiders won the toss, and they will get the ball on the 20. And here comes Derek Carr. And unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to see him in Oakland. And they held him out. Now, you could say that's basically Mark Davis giving a slap to Oakland for the lawsuit, because I would agree with you. But we have Derek Carr. We have Colton Miller wearing number 74. Richie Incognito is 64. That's, of course, a center. I formation for the Raiders. And with, hey, Jacobs in the backfield. Here goes. Jacobs gets the carry. He gets up there and he gets about 5-6 yards. Not bad. It's his welcome to the NFL. This is Josh Jacobs' first carry, folks. That was Josh Jacobs' first carry. All right. There. And they're going with a sugar huddle, okay? And they might give it to the ball to him again. Let's see what the Raiders do, real quick. Yep, there's Jay. It's his second carry. Good cutback. He got the first, and Josh Jacobs is getting a workout. That was his second carry. You saw the cutback ability, and for the man from Alabama when I interviewed him, I said, hey, you know, the Raiders are going to take you. You're going to replace Marshawn Lynch, and here he is, number 28. Okay, so it's 1st and 10. The Raiders go into a shotgun or spread, and Jacobs shifts to behind the tight end and what they call a West formation, and there's Jacobs again, up the middle. Gets a good gain, about 6 yards. So it's 3 straight carries for Josh Jacobs. 5'10", 220 pounds out of Alabama. And, hey, I like it. The last 2 carries, he was a step from breaking it. Okay, so here is 2nd and 4. Let's let you see the formation real quick, okay? There. All right. And that's a quick, and good pass, good catch. 1st down and flag. I'm wondering if they're going to call a push-off, though, because it was a great catch. I don't know what you thought about that. I thought it was a great catch. But I'm wondering if they're going to call, Carl Cheffers is the referee. And let's see what the call is. Hold on a second. Yeah, here it is. First. Oh, it's against the Cardinals. Personal foul, lowering the helmet to initiate contact. And so that was on number 32. That's rough. I mean, that's like, wow. They said he lowered, and he did. He went head first, but he didn't go shoulder first. He head hunted. So they called number 32. You want to know what's really odd about that penalty? The man who hit him, his number is 32. Who popularized that kind of hitting? Number 32 of the Raiders, Jack Tatum. Anyway, Raiders 1st and 10, and they are well within the red zone, down to the 14-yard line of the Cardinals. Let's see if they give it to Josh Jacobs, and they do. There goes Jacobs. Gets down about 2 yards this time. Ball control. So this is a John Gruden drive, you know, meat and potatoes, varied formations, but power running. What did I tell you last time? I said that after the Rams game, I said the Raiders have personnel, they're poised to mash people. I said that even before the game. I said that after it was reported that Trent Brown mowed over someone. Okay, so this is 2nd and 9. He only picked up 1. Jacobs still in the game. only back in the backfield, trips to the right side, and timeout. And we have Carr calling a timeout because he didn't like something he saw. So so far, so far, I don't like to sound like a broken record. You got to like what you see. If you're a Cardinals fan, um, you have to be pleased with the fact that they starting to tighten up against the run. They gave up a play to a taller wide receiver, so that should be of some concern. Um, this is Mike. This again, I say this is Mike Mayock's. The Rams game was Mike Mayock's game. This is a team that Mike Mayock built, and I think he's done a fantastic job as Raiders' first-year GM. All right, so here we're 2nd and 9. Same formation, trips right, Jacobs in the backfield to the left, with a tight end slightly flexed, and Carr throws quick out to number 19, touchdown pass, nice. Ryan Grant makes a nice catch for the touchdown, and lots of Raider fans there. Nice drive. Nice drive. Here, see? Excuse me. Yeah. Or if you didn't see that, if you wanted to see the full play, I'll show you. We can discuss what happened there because I thought it was one of the better aspects of the ball control game that Gruden installed. Okay, here's the play. This is the touchdown play. All right, right here. And so notice it's trips right, but watch. It's here. Okay. He comes out and goes to the flat. So this is another. It's a variation of the bunch, but it's not a bunch. All right. So we get. Let's see. He takes 1, 2. He takes basically one step. Quick pass. This is something they've been working on in training camp. Okay. Look at that. Okay. Watch again. See the wing goes out. See stop. You see that? See that? This is like a long handoff. Okay. Wide open. Okay. You would say what happened with respect to how did he get so wide open? And it's because the Cardinals didn't have, they had man accounted here, but the linebacker should have been assigned to the third receiver, but he wasn't. So let's watch what this linebacker doesn't do. Okay. All right. And there we go. Okay. So what happens is that the linebacker gets caught inside here. All right. Like he sees this receiver turn in, but he's got him too. So it's like they have a double coverage and nobody is on him. That's a blown coverage. That's a blown design. All right. Now, what happens? We figured out that, hey, it wasn't a blown design. This receiver did his job in setting a sort of a pick for him, right? Shielding the linebacker to make sure that he's wide open, which he was wide open. Boom. And he scores the touchdown. That's called yak. That's what we call yards after the catch. Well done. Brilliant play. Brilliant design. Nice. Touchdown Raiders. Nice job. Now, can't wait to see what the Cardinals do. Do you see what I'm talking about when I say this is like a football technician's game, right? That's what I mean. A football technician's game. This is, like I say, if you like technical football, you like this. Of course, if you like technical football, you like pretty much any football. The Raiders' drive it was an 80-yard drive, too. This wasn't a short drive. It was an 80-yard drive, punctuated by some great runs by Josh Jacobs. So welcome to the NFL, Josh Jacobs. And I want to see the predictions. 1,000 yards in his first year. If they leave Josh Jacobs in that long, all right? Yeah, it'll happen, okay? It'll happen. So here comes what do I call this? Aside from the air raid. Kyler Murray personally hates it when I use the term air raid. He said so in my video interview. I should have asked him what I should call it, but I guess he thinks it's gimmicky. I happen to think it's a work of genius myself. All right, here's the kickoff. People coming into the stadium, by the way. Cardinals run the ball out of the end zone, past the 20 to the 25 to the 26, and it's 22. Is there a flag on the play? Yeah, there is a flag on the play. Let's see what the call is. Holding on the return, so half the distance. So that's coming back to about 12-yard line, something like that. Here comes Kyler Murray and the Cardinal offense, and unless of course they decide they want to get cute and experiment with a more conventional set of sets. Here comes the onslaught, as I call it. Take a look here. This is their offense. See that? All right, but this looks more conventional. All right, see that? Looks like they're experimenting. All right, all right. He's running. Uh-oh, got outside. All right, how about that? And there's a flag on the play. That's interesting. Something you gotta watch out for. A little read option out. Look. What are they calling? Let's see here. Calling illegal use of the hands to the face. Cleveland Farrell got his first penalty, our first round pick. Illegal use of the hands to the face. So add 5 yards onto that one. Murray faked it, but he kept it and managed to, yeah. It's kind of funny. Arden Key was like, yeah, don't get away from me. Yeah. Okay, second, it is, what's the down count? 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. They're in a kind of a spread I formation, as I call it. Hold on, flag on the play. What's it now? Offense delay of game. Wow. That means they were late getting the play in. Something to work on. So now it is, should be 1st and 15. I'm sorry, 1st and 15. I want you to see this formation, folks. Look at this. Look at that. Okay. Look at that. Oh. Whoa. Oh. Almost completed the pass. They're going for, I'm really not a fan of that play action roll, that kind of play action roll. I like the play action rolls that Bill Walsh designed. They're more controlled. You roll to a point, stop, and throw. That was your sort of like roll and your run, right? And I'm not, here we go now. 2nd and 15, Cardinals. They have trips left. And delay, and Raiders did a good job of holding it up to a degree as a flag, which looks like holding. I think the Raiders think they got the ball back. They didn't. No, illegal use of hands to the face again on the Raiders. And guess what? Cleveland Farrell got called for the second play. Illegal use of hands, second time. That's a, you know what? For the second time in as many plays, Farrell gets called for the same thing. Wow. And here come the Cardinals with a 1st down. And they're huddling. So 1st and 10. Boy, you give an offense like that new life all the time, and boy, they're gonna burn you. Now we have slot. Okay, basically we have 4 wide receivers. Murray back to pass in a pocket, and he's missed his target, who I thought was open. Not one of his better throws though, but it was a good choice. And he made a good decision, even though number 13, his target wasn't. He overthrew him. Okay, Kirk. who caught, if I'm not mistaken, no, Christian Kirk, yeah. Christian Kirk caught his bunch, played well last game. All right, so here it's 2nd and 10, and there's a straight run for a change, and lost 2 yards. So that was a great stop by Nighty Hawkins, and that was a loss of looked like a loss of a couple of yards by David Johnson there. And the only thing I don't like about this offense is I feel that some of the passes are unstructured, but I'll explain what I mean later. This is 3rd and 12, and the Cardinals are in 4 wide receivers. That's 3 trips to the left, and basically running back on that side, and then single backs. Oh, Raiders are offside. Raiders are offside. And so that's... Oh, excuse me. They called it on Murray. They called a false start on Kyler Murray. Wow. What did he do? Okay, he claps, and I don't know where the draw. Oh, I don't know what Kyler. Let's see. Kyler claps his hands. This is what they're calling. Okay, claps his hands. Right? See that? Okay. All right. But then they're saying it's on him, and I don't get that, because that clapping thing that is done is common in that offense. Well, I'm sure that they'll work on that. Anyway, trips right, split in to the left, running back in the back route to the right. Murray throws quick out, and it's a flag on the play. My gosh. And they're calling it, they're saying against the Cardinals. So the call will be Larry Fitzgerald, hands to the face. 4th down. So not the greatest start for the Cardinals offense, and you can't call that an answer to what the Raiders did. So it's up to the Cardinals defense to stop them. Otherwise, it's going to be a long night for Cliff Kingsbury and company. Here's oh, good catch. Up to about the Raiders get the ball 40. Oh, hey, Jersey, appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks. I remember I'm doing the best I can within the rules, and I can't show the whole game, obviously, but I can talk you through what's happening, right? So, you do what you can do. So what is it, Ray? What do you think? Oh, good. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. So some people come here and, hey, you Jersey Dolphins, right? What do you think about your Dolphins, man? I'm excited for the Miami Dolphins. Under new coach Brian Flores, you've got Ryan Fitzpatrick, and I thought they were going to get Jadeveon Clowney. I think the defense is going to be great. Offense, too. A lot of people are underestimating the Dolphins, but I think the Dolphins are going to win the AFC East. Sure do. We're looking real good. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree. I think they're going to sneak up. I think the Dolphins are going to sneak up on people this year. I really do. It's the Jets I'm not hot about, because I've never been sold on Adam Gase as a head coach. He's, to me, the second coming of Josh McDaniels. And what I mean by that is great offensive coordinator, not so great head coach. And yet, gets the job. Jersey Dolphins says, Jets always get other teams' trash. Well said. That's true. I wonder why that is. Oh, my gosh. I wonder what Sonny Werblin would say about that. Sonny Werblin, he the Jets executive from the glory years, owner, back when Weeb Eubanks was the head coach. So, boy, Shaq is everywhere. Yeah, the NY owners. I don't. Yeah, I think about. I see what you're saying. I mean, I kind of agree with you there. Uh, I was thinking about it from a personal standpoint, but that's not a good thing. Hey, people coming into the stadium, there are a lot of black jerseys down there, man. But I think in terms of Las Vegas, that this stadium is going to wind up looking like Las Vegas is going to look like this. Cardinals fan, but excited to see Josh Rosen with more help. Yeah, I am. I thought. Well, here are the Raiders' offense. Ooh, Raiders are in a four. Look at this. The Raiders are in a four wide receiver set. See this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, split out. Let's see what they do with it. Throw in first down, and boom. Ooh, look at that. 20 first 20. Look at that. Look at that. That is a great design play. That is a well-designed play. They brought the fullback out as a receiver. He ran the crossing pattern, and number 33 did Richardson, and picked up, I think, 23 yards on the first down. And that's what I'm talking about as far as a structured passing offense. You have, and here's 33. I think Jacobs is apparently done for the night. They're giving the workload to number 33, and he's getting his carries. That was a nice pickup. Was Washington, excuse me. But I guess that Josh Jacobs is done for the night, and you expect less to less from Gruden. And Jersey says, I honestly feel the Raiders fit Vegas. Yeah, I am. Uh, I have. Let me say this first of all. Raiders are in a double tight end to the right. Carr throws out to the tight end, double tight end right, but they had the other tight end. They had two tight ends. The tight end on the right side was on a wing. The other tight end, which is Waller, on the other side, caught a flat pass, picked up about 6 yards, 7. Raiders were knocking at the door once again. First and goal. Told you, they are dinking and ducking them, and showing a nice repertoire of short passes and runs. And here's number 33 again, except he got shoestring tackled by number 36 with the Cardinals. So, Van Joseph is the coach who was the coach of the Denver Broncos. And Van, I'm not a fan of his defensive alignments. Bowles, on the other hand, wow. But his defense is always too loose to me. That's just me. Okay, Raiders play action 33. Now we've got Glennon, and Glennon's bearing down. This is a throwaway ball out. Okay, so yeah, holding. So now we get holding call, because basically Glennon held the ball on, was trying to pick up time for himself. When you do that, you're going to get a holding call. How about 1/4 of the time? Holding on the Raiders is two holdings, the offense. So we had holding both offense and defense, offset, replay down. Yeah. So Chandler Jones is linebacker of the Cardinals. He had 41 sacks since 2016, the most in the NFL. And he was bearing down to get a sack. Here's Glennon, a quarterback, by the way, barking the signals, and almost fell, but got the handoff to Washington, who picks up maybe about 3 yards. Okay. And Terrell Suggs is in this game, the former Baltimore Raven, the legend, as I call him, the legend, Terrell Suggs, the legend. Nova the Pug sounds like he's not a Gruden fan. At any rate, here is a 3rd and goal for the Raiders with Glennon in the shotgun, and he calls a timeout because they had Richard. The Raiders brought in Richard with Miller, and they were going to line up in a trips to the right and probably call probably call that the same or some variation of that short pass. Oh, Nova Plug says, let me clarify. I'm all eyes. Okay. They're showing highlights from the illustrious career of Talal Suggs. Oh, I expected good plays from John Gooden. Okay. Oh, I get it. Okay, I get you. In other words, you expect, yeah. No, I think John's offense is better designed this year than last year. Okay, by far. And he's not afraid to use the one steps. I noticed they're practicing the short passes. Here are the Raiders again, slot right, running back to the left. Glennon looks left, throws left for the end zone, wide open, and he missed Miller in the end zone. Wide open. And boy, I want to hear Gruden bear down on him, because what happened was that Glennon took his eye off the receiver. I want you to see something that Glennon did technically that, were I his coach, I would have immediately said, hey, you know what? When you throw, you cannot, watch this, folks, okay? Hold on a second. When you throw, you can't do this. Hold on a second. All right? Hold on a second. This is Glennon. Excuse me, I'm trying to get this thing. Okay. This is Glennon. I'm going to zoom in here, and I want you to see what he does, okay? Hold on a second. If I can, yeah, okay. Watch Glennon's head. All right? He locks in on the receiver, but then watch what he does. See? Stop, okay? Let me bring it back. All right? See? Okay, see that? Okay? You see how, first of all, he threw off his back foot. That's why it's overthrown. Now, yeah, he was trying to avoid getting sacked and everything, but the reason why that was overthrown was because he threw off of his back foot, and he was trying to loft the ball, as you can see, right, rather than throw a ball directly to his target. And, that's what separates good quarterbacks from great ones. Great quarterbacks keep their eye on the receiver, and they don't let their body throw off. They get rid of the ball faster. Glennon is late making his decisions, and I think it's a holdover from throwing those 2 interceptions last week. Okay, but he was aiming the ball and floating it rather than keeping his eye on the receiver and letting his body quite literally take the ball to the receiver. Take the ball to the receiver. All right, he didn't do that. Result: no touchdown, and the Raiders are in a situation where we're going to have to settle for a field goal, and which they did get, and they're still in good shape, So 10-3. So 10-3. Did I say that? 10-0. Sorry about that. I am a little fast forwarding here. All right. So the question is, are we going to see Kyler Murray again? Because I think that they need to give him some more reps, because that was gnarly. But he doesn't have his helmet on. I think he's done. Or maybe not. I'm premature. We don't have the kickoff yet. But because we haven't seen that high-powered. Oh, Novak says the coach confirmed you'll play the first. Okay, cool. They need to clean that up. There were a lot of mistakes in that drive, a lot of them. And as far as I'm concerned, they need to settle down and focus on just calling short passes. And, well, basically their version of what the Raiders did, but also open it up, just instead of these horizontal runs and all this jazz. I mean, I understand it's part of the offense, but as I recall, it was that approach that got Oklahoma under Kyler Murray in trouble against Alabama. So we need to open it up. Yeah. and stop the conservative stuff. So, all right, here we go. Cardinals 1st and 10. Shot of Vontaze Burfict, the middle linebacker. And there's a run that gained nothing. It was a simple read option run. Kyler Murray elected to give it to what is that, Dave Johnson? But he was stopped by Jonathan Abram, one of the Raiders' trio first-round picks. And here comes 2nd and 9. They gave him a yard. And the Raiders are base 4, bringing the safety up as a linebacker. Murray's back to throw, and gets a pass away. Great. To 19. Johnson almost got a first down. It was nice. So they give him. This is what they're looking at. See, folks, this is it. So take a look. All right. Okay. So there. Okay. And he picks up almost the first down. So they give him, it's 3rd and 1. So I would look for a handoff or a quarterback sneak and a handoff. Nope. Yep. Got it. And you got more than that. Flag on the play, though. This play is coming back. Oh, boy. Let's see what they're going to call. Yeah, he did have a weird motion on that play. But that's part of that offense. Holding number 86 in the offense. 10-yard penalty. Wow. 10-yard penalty, still 3rd down. Wow. So I like to see the replays. But you could say, holding. Oh, no wonder the thing took off so much the way it did, right? Okay, this is pivotal right here. Considering that the Cardinal defense has not really been stopping the Raiders, this is pivotal right here, okay? Let's take a look at what happens here. Uh-oh. Who's that on? Flag? Oh, boy. They're going to call it on number 1 again? They're calling Murray for his 2nd false start in the... That's crazy. Oh, that's the claps. The very way that he's playing the game. Well, Manny Moda, the Cardinals are killing themselves, but I think this one penalty is something they could have done without, because that way of playing is central to their offense. It's almost like the refs are holding it against them. Here's Murray to throw. Arden Key is chasing him. He stops, throws, gets the ball away, overthrown. Wow. So they'll punt. I think that whole... And see, Cliff Kingsbury is explaining it to him, right? Yeah, it is kind of garbage, you know? It is. And the basic problem is that the offense, as they choose to run it, lacks structure. In other words, and I think it has to do with the plays that they choose to call. But first of all, well, Manny, it's college. It's not the case. That says nothing to me, okay? Because I could argue that the I formation's been a college offense before it was a pro offense, right? The problem is that they have a couple of things that they've done in college that the refs are misinterpreting, and the best way to get over that, Wildcat. Thank you. The best way to get over that is to have the refs in practice calling the game in practice as they would call it, in a situation like this, right? And then you can iron that out, or you can try another approach, because Murray is clearly used to the clap, right? And the defenders are getting thrown off by it, rather than just see what a normal quarterback does. Okay, this is what the difference is. Okay, a normal quarterback would just say hut, 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 right? So maybe you get him on a head bob, but if the quarterback doesn't bob his head, it's cadence. It's hut, 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 right? Whereas Murray isn't doing that as much as he's clapping. Okay, and that's that whole body motion that's throwing them off. So, the Cards, I think this is gonna, my guess, my forecast, my hypothesis, this is gonna become a big deal come the annual meeting. Yeah, this will become a big deal come the annual meeting. All right, and I think someone put in a rule change from Arizona to make this easier. Because this is if they don't get this ironed out preseason, that's why it's good to have preseason. That's why it's good to have 4 games. This is going to haunt them the rest of the year. But what the Cards need are a series of structured plays that call for a quick pass and the certainty of a completion. So if only to not just pick up yards and yards after the catch, right? But also to give the quarterback confidence. And then you can turn around and go into the more exotic things that you're doing. Okay, here are the Raiders' I formation, 1st and 10, and a run with Doug Martin. And Doug Martin gains nothing. So meanwhile, you have the quarterbacks, Hundley, Candoff, okay? They're getting coached up, okay? And they're trying and that's good for Cliff because he's fixing the problem immediately. He's not waiting until after the game. He's saying, I need to get this ironed out now. That's great. But no, I think that, and here's the Raiders back to throw, and this Glennon throwing deep. Hey, wide open. This is a touchdown. Touchdown. Wow. Hold on a second, folks. He did that one well. Wow. Kenough? Hold on a second, folks. You got to see this. All right. Hold on a second. Oh, excuse me. Let me go back here. Sorry about that. All right, there. Okay. This won't move when I want it to. Okay, now stop that. Move that forward. Right here. Okay, here we go. This is just happened. All right. So, and so audible. Lennon called an audible. And there goes number 10. Wide open. Boop. Touchdown. Nice. 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 Oakland 16, Arizona nothing. Nice. And they did that with he ran a nice post pattern. Dick Gafford, he went like he was going to come out, and then he came back in. I love it. So it wasn't so much a post pattern; it was more like a kind of an angle pattern, right? He goes out like this and then comes in. More of a Mike Martz special. The kind of play of Mike Martz, the offensive coordinator of the Rams under Dick Vermeil. That's the kind of play that he would design. I like it. I like it. John's fired up, man. He's also pissed off about something. Look at John. John's pissed off about something. Something happened. I don't know what happened there, but John's about to lose his lunch. Man, and dinner. Extra point is good. Oakland 17, Arizona nothing. What's he yelling about? Hold on a second. Okay. Oh. Okay, the Cardinals have the ball now. Here comes Kyler Murray. Let's see if they got that problem fixed and they can get on off. They've this game's getting away from them. So and it's not. Let me put it this way. I'm going to say this something very arrogantly. My form of air raid offense is much better than this form. This form is unstructured. Because I believe in combining the air raid concepts with the West Coast, where you have a disciplined route structure and system. But anyway, hey, here's first play. Here's Murray back to throw. Screen. And the Raiders are all over it. Great pursuit. But they call a screen. Okay. On first down, which I wouldn't have done. So it's second down. And the question is, what do you do when you're in trouble like this? What do you do to bring back morale? You engineer a mid-range pass of 6 or 7 yards that might pick you up more after the catch. That's what you do. But you have to be able to prove that you can set the tone for a drive that brings you back. Take a look. All right, here we go again. We're in, and he is off. See? But again, all right, it's not structured. Okay? So you're not, the difference between this with the way they do it is, and the Raiders just had this. Also, it's credit to the Raider defense. They had this covered. But again, the Cardinals, and it's already 3rd and 13. And this is also what happens. So what happens when you go without a huddle. You go quickly. You don't do anything. You lose the ball. Okay, fast. So they need first down. Let's see if they get it. All right. 3rd and 13. Murray's back to throw, and yep, got it. First down. And a flag on, and they're calling a push off. So they're gonna. I think they're calling a push off. Yep. Offensive pass interference. Wow. See? And pass interference. So just when they get on track, their mistakes. And no, that was in everybody's face. But you see, to me, the question is, how do you avoid that? You know what I thought? I thought it was a back shoulder. It was supposed to be some sort of back shoulder throw. But he didn't. He I don't see where he put his hand on him. But they say he did. Whatever. Cardinals have 7 penalties. Handoff. That's like a give up. That's basically just saying I give up. So they gave up. Nova has. Yeah. All right. So Paul Gunther should be pleased with what his team is doing. Although I don't feel. No, he should be pleased. The team is fast, has responded well. And good shape. Oh boy, here we go. Raiders punt return and boom, gets stopped. Tell you, the Cardinals special teams has been good. They haven't come up with a big play to change the game, but they've been good enough on their part. I think the special teams coach's job is safe. Hey folks, let's see, where are we here? First 3 jobs. Okay, we've got first quarter. There's Glennon still in Washington. The Raiders could go up 24-0. Okay. On this drive, and so here's another run with Washington out of a single back. I've got to do a better job of calling these formations. I apologize. I will step up my came and thus right now, because I can do it. Just, I still want to know what Gruden was yelling about. Boy, he was pissed. It's the end of the first quarter, going into the second. I'll be right back, folks. I need to check something. I'm back. Hey, thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah. Stumptown. Ooh. Let me explain what I mean by structure. Very much like what the Raiders did with their trips to the right, and how they had this very cool concept where one receiver quite literally shields but doesn't touch the linebacker as the flat, as the wing runs into the flat, right? That, but I would do all of that without a huddle. Okay. And I would mix it in with 4 wide receiver formations to one side, pre-shifts. I have never seen an offense that use both pre-shifts and no huddle, which means you think the only way to design, the only way to work, make that work is the pre-shifts have to be designed into the play itself, right? The Dallas Cowboys in 1968 had that. If you took a look at the playbook, the shifts were these dotted lines where the players were supposed to start, and then the actual formation where they were supposed to finish. And that is how I believe in designing a football offense, so that you can decide you don't want to shift it. You can just line up where you're supposed to be, right? Or you can you can start with the disguise formation and shift into it. That way, if you're stretched for time, you can forget it, or just somebody line up beside you're going to play football, as they say. Here's the Raiders, their own 35. Glennon play action back to throw and almost got sacked. Oh, you didn't? No. Great throw. Great throw. Pug says you mean some sort of finesse. If you call it that, fine. I call it analytical football. I call it using movement and formation structure to further assure that there will be yeah. Thanks for checking, Jersey. But anyway, I believe in using shifts in motion and formation structure to further assure that a receiver will be wide open or that a running back picks up yards on the way to a touchdown, right? That's how I believe it. And so here are the Raiders on a 1st and 5. They've got slot right with the tight end to the right side. I love this formation. Look, slot right with the tight end. See, it's actually 3 wide receivers. See that? But it's a very powerful set because you see 87, Dave Casper's number, that guy, right? All right. But they had slot to that side. So it gives you both the pass threat and the run threat at the same time. It's cool stuff. You get pass threat and the run threat at the same time. I like that. So we have Raiders. See, Raiders went out with a huddle, without a huddle, excuse me, and they're going in motion with the wing coming around, becoming a slot to the right. Quick pass, one step, and I love it. I love it. 88 catches the pass. Looks like an option route, slot over the middle. That's my kind of set play. My kind of play. My kind of football. Derek Carr is going to pick up a lot of yards this year in that offense. I like it a lot. The only concern I have is against a press defense. This is a loose defense. Against press coverage with blitzing, a press defense with blitzes up the middle would give this problems. Okay. Would definitely give this problems. But the Raiders are on the march here. And the Cardinals should be quite concerned after. This is good for them. they should be quite concerned, because the basic structure of what the Raiders are doing is almost a penalty there. But no, they almost got to Glenn and they didn't, and overthrown. But the basic structure of the Cardinals' offensive approach has created this problem. Okay. So we have a Dwight Haskins almost gets sacked, but no, touchdown. Wow. Nice. Dwight Haskins just threw his first touchdown. No, they weren't running cover 2. They're actually running a cover 3 shell. Here, let me take a look. Give you a look at what's happening here. All right. This is a run play. That was just a run play. On the last play, they're running a shell. But the Cardinals offense were able to control the ball and put together some nice crisp drives, this score would be entirely different. But you've got this defense, frankly speaking, on the field too much. And, they're seeing the ball thrown over their heads. They ran over it. Here, take a look at this. You see how loose, when I say loose, you see how they have these that's a large bubble area. You see that? Back to throw, and see? Okay. First down. All right. And there's no press. They're letting folks run free. They're not getting a pass rush, and they're not going to because the Raiders are throwing these one-step passes. And I mean like one step. They didn't have that last year, just one step, and I love it. Hey, John's listening to me. I just said last year you should do these things, man. One step. Take a look at this. Raiders are run, and that was Richard hard running inside. Boy, yeah, the Raiders. The Raiders are eating the lunch of the Cardinals. All right, the Raiders are eating the lunch of the Cardinals. I repeat, the Raiders are eating the lunch of the Cardinals. Watch this. Look at this. They have a cockeyed eye set run. Straight run. Look at it, just bullying them over there. See that? See that? Just as John Madden would say, boom, 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 boom. Just bullying their way down there toward the goal line, getting the first down. And Richie Incognito's got to be loving this. He's not even up there on the field, and the bowling ball got a strike. Here's the Raiders. I think this is 3rd and 1. This could be a touchdown. Here we go, and up. He stays up, but no, the Cardinals say no. It's gonna be interesting to see where they spot this one. 1st and goal. 9:42 left. I've got to get ready for a meeting I've got tonight. So I'm going to have to, after this touchdown, I'm going to have to sign off, folks. Unfortunately, but I'll be back later for around 11:30 for my usual live stream to do a recap, all right, of this debacle here. Hey, thank you. Hey, this is stopped them. So we got a little lively bunch here of guys who decided that they were finally going to fill the gaps, anticipate the snap, go in and snuff the run, and that's what they did. So now we got 2nd and goal. Will the Raiders go play action? Let's see. Or will they just simply say, we want to see if our guys can muscle it in against their guys? They only have 2 yards to go. Look at that. Okay. See? So they don't have long to go. Here we go. See? Look at this. All right. So, and yep, there's the throw. Wide open. Touchdown. Is that a touchdown? Yep, touchdown. Touchdown. The Raiders are up. I know this is preseason, but this is a signature game. The Raiders are up 23, kick the extra point, 24-0. It's a signature game because it's a different offense. It's, by the nature of where they play, it's much better structured. Their defense is faster. Although I hold out that, yeah, things are, well, it's not, things are gelling, but also the design is better than last year. They're doing this year what I said they needed to do last year. I said they needed some one steps. I got my one steps. I firmly believe John's watching my videos. But because I remember last year, I accused his offense on video being in the Stone Age. And I know he saw that one. I made a video about that. It was like, John Gruden's offense is in the Stone Age. I know he took that to heart. And I said, look, I like John. John's a friend. I know he can do better. This is much, much better. Thank you very, very much. Well, regarding Vegas, I'm resigned to that because Oakland, yeah, look, the Raiders didn't handle their end of things honestly, okay? Hence the court issue and hence my anger about that. But you got to move forward in life, and you have to take. This is the lesson for me has been: look, I care about my city, but Las Vegas has I think one of the best economic development programs in the country. And do I like the way it was done? No. But do I like the stadium? What's happening there? Sure. And Las Vegas needs it because it needs to move on from gambling. Oddly enough, the city of Oakland needs to pick up gambling. We don't do economic planning, and we don't act rapidly and aggressively to anything. If we did, we wouldn't have the huge homeless problem we have in Oakland, okay? So, you got to move forward in life. Anyway, I got to go. Thank you all. Yeah, that's true. You get Jersey Dolphin, you're absolutely right about that. Absolutely. Wait, folks, it's 24 to zip. I'll be back later. Thanks. I got to take care of some stuff back here. I've got a new hire. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't want to be secret about it. I'm bringing on a new blogger, Jessica. Jessica has her own company called Fangirl Magazine. She's covered the horror movie scene and entertainment for 10 years. We met at Comic-Con in San Diego. And Jessica is going to join Zennie62 and keep doing what she's doing because I have advantages. Yeah, I'm really excited because I have advantages. It gives me someone that can focus on your horror and movies and entertainment reporting, right, and vlogging. And I'm not asking her to give up. I can't afford to. We've got a deal, but I can put her and get her to a wider audience. I can take her content and give her a wider set of places to be. Okay. Thanks. Okay, Jersey. Okay, cool. I'll let you guys go. And thanks for watching Zennie62 on YouTube and subscribe. Yeah. But I want to, what was I going to do here real quick? I was going to explain, in fairness, let's see here. I'm trying to find this out here. Excuse me there. There it is. Okay. Okay. So I want to show you what's happening here. This is her Fangirl magazine. This is it. See, that's Fangirl. That's hers. Okay. So Fangirl magazine. Isn't it neat? So That's what she did with us, Jessica Dwyer. Okay, so Jessica Dwyer is going to be joining us. We're going to have a test run tonight, and about 10 o'clock in about 50 minutes. So I go in here, eat, get going. Yeah, she's actually got some really cool interviews coming up. Some are going to be on Zennie62. But here's some of what she's done. For example, okay, Stand Against Evil. I met her, and then I met her at the panel for Hannibal. Remember the Hannibal TV series on NBC? That's where we met. Okay, I gotta go. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see ya.